bass line or the 808. Welcome to Learning Reaper. I am your host, X.E.L.O. And today we're going to be making an R&B beat inside of Reaper. I'm going to use a different tool this time to show you how you can actually make chords really easy. It's called Rip Chord. The link should be below in the description. You can go and download it. But let's get into the video. All right, so here we are in Reaper, and this theme is called Peace. Someone did ask me if you can kind of drag and drop inside of Reaper, and I did let them know that you can. So usually when I start a track, I can hold down Shift and F, and it'll bring up the effects option. And I have my own little folder I created down here called X.E.L 2023. So I'm gonna make it easy. Once again, I'm gonna start with this Keyzone Classic and add that on there. And I'm gonna change this to the basic electric piano. And this time I'm gonna use Rip Chord. So I'm gonna grab Rip Chord and I'm gonna drag it into the effects option here. So that way I'll have Rip Chord as my chord generator. And this is what Rip Chord looks like. It's fairly easy and kind of easy to be laid out. If you want an in-depth tutorial of Rip Chord, let me know below in the comment section. So with Rip Chord, you can actually add different MIDI chord packs to it. So you go right here to the star or settings option and you go to import MIDI files. And basically, if you know where you downloaded your MIDI files, you'll be able to find them. I have a whole bunch of them set up inside of Rip Chord. If I go to my presets, as you see, I have many chord progressions, things that people made from different places. But today we're just going to kind of start with this Charlie Puth BD1. I have no idea where I got this from, but this is probably what we'll use today. Right? So I want to do a volume control on here. So this right here will control like different velocities for the volume. So I'm gonna turn this up some so it'll give my notes different velocities when I play. And this option here is to strum. I'm not gonna use this strum in here, even though it is really cool. So if I turn on the strum and I hit a key, I'm saying, so you can kind of have that nice strum straight from the beginning, but I'll just use my own strum. I won't use this one in here. All right, so let's see if we can record something in. All right, so we have a nice little chord progression here. Pull it up a little bigger in the piano roll so you guys can kind of see what's going on. Make it a little thicker so you can kind of see the chords quantize wise. So I'm going to quantize these real quick. And I'm going to make sure I set this to like 1/8, make it a lot tighter. All right, and then what I can do is actually do a random note on here. So I'm gonna hit on this, pull up my randomizer, and let's say 36, let's go kind of low. Let's say 71, that should be fine. All right, so what I wanna do is actually give them a little bit of a strum. I'm gonna use the tool. A lot of people have been asking me about this MIDI guitar chord tool. It is something that you can actually download and get into Reaper. So usually you can go to your actions and actually add it to a toolbar if you want to. That's what I did with mine. I just added it to a toolbar, and I'll go to my strum section and let's do a 16th. I don't want it to be randomized. I just kind of wanted just to do a strum, right? All right, so here's what it sounded like with the strum I just added on there. Something really, really simple, something nice, smooth. And we may like just slow it down a little bit. I'm just gonna extend these out. Let's change the tempo. Let's go with like, let's say 95. All right, so let's add another instrument. So I'm just gonna insert instrument, and I'm gonna go with expand because I know they have a lot of nice pads inside there. So I want to have something that'll layer with the chords that we already have. All right, so let's find something and expand to kind of go with. I'm gonna grab this up here and just drag it down, holding the control, drag down. So now they both have the same chords inside them, and I just need to find one that'll work with the current Keyzone Classic that we have. All right, so I was able to find a nice one. It's called Evil Frog from Expand, and this is what it sounds like. Right, so I think that's a pretty cool sound. All right, so I added augmented strings and I added a monster synth on here. So for the augmented strings, I kind of wanted like almost like a staccato kind of thing. What I'm gonna do is actually have it do like a arpeggiator. So I'm gonna hold down control, drag this one down. And what I wanna do is add a complete control here. So I'm gonna go to add and let's do complete control, hit add. All right, and now I'm gonna put complete control above augmented strings. So this is another way you can kind of do chord generator inside of Reaper. And let's go with 2 octaves. All right, so we have 2 octaves on the ARP. So if I click on this one to play it, so let's see how it sounds with the actual chords that's there now. All right, so I think there's probably a little bit too many notes. So let's take off the bottom notes. So we'll delete those off of there. Let's see how that sounds. And let's also quantize these so that it no longer has the gap in there. So maybe we can just kind of cut these down, give it some space, right? And we'll just kind of bring these in, and of course bring these in. All right, so I put on the ARP on this, the strings, and what I did is I used the played, order played option, and I put it on 1/8 as the rate, and I have it on 3 octaves, right? So this is what it sounds like now. So something kind of, it'll probably be for like a bridge or something like that, just in the background, kind of tucked away. So for the monster, I'm going to grab this and bring this one down to the monster. Let's go in here, and this time we're going to erase all the top parts. So we're only left with like these bass kind of notes on here. All right, so I was able to find something in monster. It's called Leviathan. So this is what it sounds like. something really simple, just to kind of give it like a little undertone for the actual track itself. And then we can get into the drums. So I'm using one of the 808s from my Smash kit. Let me just set it up. I'm gonna do the obey note off, turn this down to 1 max voice, turn this up to 4, turn this up to 8, and change this to D4, right? So now that's what the kick or 808 sounds like now. All right, so I added this crash down here just to start it off. It'll kind of transition into the track a lot better once you add the rest of the drums in here. So I'm gonna kind of start with, let's do the hi-hats. Let's see if we can get something going here. All right, so for the hi-hat, I'm just gonna kind of two-step it. So what I'll do is go in here and I'll do a Control and Alt, and it brings up this different tool here. And I can just kind of drag across and make this all a two-step. And just to make it a little different, let's do some volume adjustments here in there. And you can kind of find out where you want to do some like rolls on here as well. All right, so I think I'm going to put some rolls in these places here. Is kind of remove the ones on top. Right, and this, I'm going to highlight these down here, and I'm going to change this to a 32, right? And then I'll just do a split note. So it's going to split those notes and make them into basically hi-hat rolls. It's probably a little bit too much. Let's do 1/16 and see if that's a little bit better. All right, I'm just going to bring these up. All right, so let's get rid of this down here. Let's add this, duplicate those over. So I was able to kind of mess with the hi-hats a little bit and just added a couple of different rolls here and there. So this is what it sounds like right now. All right, something really simple, nothing too complicated there. All right, let's duplicate these over. All right, simple clap pattern added on here. Like I said, simple clap pattern added on here. Let's go to the open hats. All right, so I'm just going to add these percs in here. All right, so last thing I want to add on here is probably going to be the kick, but I'm going to do the 808 first. So I'm going to hold down Control, grab this bass down, and these are usually too low, so I'm going to bring them up. Alt in the number 8 will bring it up an octave. All right, and I'm going to shorten all of them to be the same exact length. All right, so I kind of found a pattern. I'm just going to legato these out. I'm going to hit L on my keyboard to make them all legato so they'll all stretch out. So let's hear how the 808 sounds. All right, so that's what the 808s sound like. Sorry, it took a long time to get those set up on here, but let's do these kicks. All right, so I was able to lay down some kicks in here. I changed some of the velocities on them and gave it a nice little bounce to the track itself. But yeah, so basically that was how you would make another R&B track inside of Reaper. If you guys have like any questions, comments, suggestions, please leave them below in the comment section. I'm going to play the full track out after I mix it and actually arrange the track, and I'll play it back for you guys so you can kind of hear it. All right, start off with just the E piano. Brought in those pads, some hi-hats, shaker. Brought in the bass line for the 808. Brought in some strings. Yeah. Took out the kick, the snare, the other shaker, and the bass. Added in the move. Yes, sir. All right, and that was the track that we made for today, and it's another R&B beat inside of Reaper. I showed you how to actually use some key generators in different ways inside here as well in this video. Nice little easy way to set up some drums. If you are interested in the drums that I use in here, I do have a free drum pack. It's called Smash Kit that you can actually get for absolutely free. The link should be below in the description. If you want to actually get your piano roll set up the way I have it set up, I do have a link below in the description to actually get a Reaper config file so you can set up your piano roll kind of like I have mine set up, to where I can do a one-click, add a couple of different velocity changes, things like that in there. And if you don't know how to do it, I do have a video showing you how I set everything up. But if you want to take the shortcut and actually download it, it's like $8 on my website, and that's xelohh.com. And I know I don't promote myself enough, so I will promote myself a little bit more in this video. If you do have any mixing and mastering services that you need, I do provide those. You can just go to xelohh.com and you can set up or sign up to get some mixing, mastering done, or even some graphics if you need some graphics done as well. But with that being said, that's pretty much the end of this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this R&B series that we're putting together right now. If you have any questions or concerns, like I said, please leave them below in the comment section. And if you haven't liked and followed the channel yet, please do that. We are still a new channel, trying to get as many people interested in using Reaper as possible. And once again, thank you for watching Learning Reaper. Till next time. Peace. Hey you, yes you. YouTube wants you to watch this video next, man. Go ahead and click it. I'll wait. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm not gonna keep waiting here. All right, I will see you in the next video though. Peace.